The League of Young Voters works to activate an engaged, informed young voter base. And they accomplish this by mobilizing young people to talk with their peers on a face-to-face level about important issues. The League works for equality and justice throughout New Mexico.
You always feel like you were part of it?
So this one is vibrant, healthy neighborhoods. Many feel that the city persists with a phenomenally insufficient ability and will to implement a balanced, more sustainable approach to growth that links together land use, transportation, and resource availability, water, to reach the community's goals of more vibrant, equitable, healthy, and responsible neighborhoods and communities. Here's the question. Do you support the implementation of policies that lead Albuquerque toward a more balanced approach to growth? Elaborate on what you see as the ingredients for stronger, more vibrant Albuquerque neighborhoods.
Do I agree on implementing policies? Absolutely. As I just stated, I am for. Okay, absolutely. I do agree we should implement plans for planning our growth. For greenfield development is where I want developers to have impact fees. When we're talking about infill, developing inside the city limits of the already established neighborhoods, then we go to incentives. Then we should have plenty of incentives to encourage people to do things that we're trying to put in place. Those 3 years that I worked on the sector development plan was completely about planning a small, walkable, livable area that encouraged people to be able to go get their groceries, go to work, go to school, live all within just blocks of themselves. We tried to increase the density, encourage bicycle use and walking. We wanted all the buildings to get rid of their parking lots so we didn't have big oceans of parking lots. We wanted the buildings to be next to the houses in the neighborhoods, hide the parking lots in the middle, and make neighborhoods that are usable and don't require the car to go in.
Yes, I would encourage implementing more policies to ensure that our neighborhoods are vibrant and healthy. I think it starts with the ones that we already have. There are several parks and bicycle paths that are available within communities. I think we need to maintain those. I look at our city, and I've traveled so much in my life throughout other cities, and there are things that make our neighborhoods safer, like the speed humps or the bumps, depending on how you want to use the terminology. But there are other things like just a flashing light to slow the driving traffic within a neighborhood. If, just in the time that I've been out campaigning, walking door to door, I'm surprised at how many streets people are speeding down, and it's within the neighborhood. So there's lots of things like that to create a safer environment already. Entrance and exit ramps on the freeway to access and exit from these neighborhoods. I'm encouraged by the expansion of those merge lanes, and I guess I have the stop sign there, but I feel strongly about our neighborhoods and safety, public safety, making them even more viable.
I've been involved in sponsoring legislation, dealing anywhere from planning to parks to walkability to, this is a subject that I could probably go on for a very long time. One of the problems with, I think, implementing the policies that we have in place, for example, the plan for strategy and those kinds of things, I know that certainly 1,000 Friends and others here have been very involved in promoting walkability, is the problem we get to actually design when we get to the DRB, the Design Review Board, and the traffic engineers get involved. And that's really when things just sort of stop. We have a lot of problems there. We have to change the code to make it so that it's easy to do these innovative projects. It's amazing how difficult it is to get a median in that is different from the sort of suburban model that is constantly being reproduced throughout the city. You know, we've got to match these things up, and that's where we're having problems. You know, it's not enough to say we're, you know, green and have a nice little cube. We have to do more, and we've got to make it real. We've got to put projects on the ground. We need models, and those are the challenges. Thank you.
Yes, and let me just go on record to say that greenfields really is a misnomer. It's a way for developers, again, to grab a hold of money that's out there in ways of getting TIFs, tax increment funding, and other methods that I don't think are healthy for the city. So yes, I'm for infill development. I am for redevelopment. But also I'm for a transit system that answers the questions that we need to look at. I agree with Councilor O'Malley that we need to change a lot of codes so that we can put these things into play and make sure that they work for all of us. But in the transit area, I think that we can reduce our carbon footprint on this earth by changing public transportation in a major, major way. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure that our arterials are connected with our main corridors. And that can be done with small, van-type, efficient, fuel-efficient buses, not unlike the ones that you see in Latin America, and even Atlanta, I think, has some, and so does Atlantic City, New Jersey, where we are able to use those smaller buses to transport people. Thank you.
Thank you. I live in a district that I think is one of the most vibrant communities in the city of Albuquerque. And as much as it has its issues, I think it's a wonderful place to live. And so the balanced approach that we need to take as we set policies involves a district-wide or citywide plan that involves transportation, multimodal transportation, all the way from bicycle riders to buses to, I'm considering the light rail to be a portion of that, and really, and the modern streetcar to be the kinds of things that we need in terms of transportation to maintain the quality of life that we have in District 6 and throughout the city. So I think those are some of the ingredients to making Albuquerque neighborhoods more strong, vibrant. We need more parks, more libraries, fire stations, all of the amenities that we need throughout the city that we just don't have enough of. And so those are the kinds of things that I would do to implement a balanced approach to growth.